Next year, Gigi will be completely different. The year after, Gigi will be completely different, but she will always be that fashion illustration. Don't get it twisted. I'm Gigi Goode, and today I'm unfiltered from my home. It usually takes around an hour to an hour and a half to do my drag makeup, and I've been doing it nearly every single day while I'm in quarantine, just because it's, you know, it's meditation. Oh my God, powder everywhere. I don't think there's much of a difference between Sam and Gigi, except for the obvious visual difference, but I almost feel like Gigi is the most fully realized version of Sam that there is. Gigi is what Sam used to play with as a little kid, and becoming Gigi is just becoming all the Barbies that I used to dress up and braid hair for. It's just playing dress up. So you can see all this debris floating through the camera of the powder. Let me just fan that out of the way. Gender has never been on the forefront of my mind. It's never been something that was important for me to address. It's never been something that I've been taught about or knowledgeable of. I do remember constantly being drawn to feminine things more than masculine things. And there was a moment, which I don't remember because I was so young, I think I was 2 or 3 at this point, but my mom always brings it up whenever we're talking about my gender experience and my journey. And it's that we were in the car one day on the way to get groceries or church or something, I don't know. And I asked my mom, why did God make me a boy? I'm not supposed to be a boy, I'm supposed to be a girl. And from a 3-year-old's point of view, it's kind of hard to wrap your head around where they might have gotten any of this information from. And that's why my mom always talks about it, is because it seemed like such a genuine, innocent thing that came across my mind that just was something that I could casually bring up. Gender has always been something that's it's just never been important to me. So right now I am cream contouring. Now on to concealing and powdering. I started drag at age 15, which was, I guess you could say I started drag because that's kind of when I became aware of the actual term. But I've been, you know, dressing up as a girl for as long as I can remember. It was just something that was never needed a term. It was just something that I always did. My mom has this cedar closet in our basement that is just like packed full of vintage dresses and hats and accessories and gloves and jewelry. And at this time, my dad still didn't really know about it. So it was kind of like, it was almost like a little speakeasy, me and my mom going down to the basement to get this figured out. And picture like a movie montage of try on, and I would step out of the closet and she'd be sitting there like, no, and then I'd go back in. You know, it's fun. It was just fun. It was fun to play dress up with my mom like we used to do. The very first thing that my mom made me was this white wedding dress. I had a veil. I did Lies by Marina and the Diamonds, and I threw a bouquet into the audience, and I think that might have been the first time that my mom was sitting in the audience as well. To see kind of her light up and understand that she wasn't making a dress for a drag queen. She was making something for her son to wear in order to bring passion into his life and in order to make him feel as comfortable in his own skin as possible, which I and she believes is the #1 rule for a parent. I don't think that I have been concealing anything when it comes to my relationship with Crystal. I kind of think that it's been hidden in plain sight. No one's just been willing to dig deep enough. Now I'm ready for my first show, 'cause finally now I don't hate the mirror. I love Crystal with my whole heart. I thought I didn't give a about what people thought. I'm still that bitch. But when I met Crystal and understood that her drag is for nobody else except for her, that is like immediately when I just fell head over heels for her. And I just feel like relationships nowadays are so much more than just a label, and I just have never believed in that. I don't think that that's necessary. I do not ever see us losing contact from each other or falling out of love. I am about to start my brows. I've got my base on and set. It does not quite look like skin yet, but it will soon. I don't glue my brows down. I stopped gluing my brows down when I realized that it was just not like, it always looked crusty every time I did it. And now I know how to do it when I'm doing makeup on other people or when I want a no brow look, but I've just tweezed my brows to hell and back. And so now it's just like this. I live with Spock eyebrows every day now. I am gonna take some time and review the fashions that I wore on my season of Drag Race.
Gigi Goode.
One look I want to do over is the purple runway, which was my Daphne-inspired look. Daphne is my literal end-all be-all inspiration when it comes to female power. I just did not think I did her justice, and I would love to redo that runway look. My favorite look, and I think maybe one of the most quintessential Gigi looks, was the pastel runway motorcycle look, which my mom made out of tablecloths from our church during Easter time. I am so obsessed with like 80s biker chick. One look that did not get enough love, and I will fight until I die for this, is my buttons and bows look.
She's so buttoned up.
Which was the look that I did that was covered in 25,000 orange buttons that were all hand placed on every single piece. Me and my really close friends just spent morning and night gluing buttons to that outfit, and I still find buttons in the nooks and crannies of my apartment to this day. Honestly, I wish I would have packed more looks, because by the end of it, I did end up having to actually borrow something from some other girls, which I never ever thought I was going to have to do. RuPaul's Drag Race, bringing families together since 2009. In the beginning, my relationship with my dad in regards to drag was really tough, because it came to a point where when he found out that I was doing drag, he would need to be warned when I was coming upstairs, when I was about to leave the house, so that he could leave the room and not have to feel, disgusted that his son is wearing women's clothes. Now, obviously, as time has gone on, our relationship has gotten a lot better, especially because of the show, and the show really opened up a conversation that needed to be had for so long. And it was, I had never heard my dad say that he's proud of me until after he realized what his attitude towards me, how that played in effect to my psyche and my relationship with him and my family in general. Once that piece of the puzzle finally came in, it was just like a liberation. It was just like a weight that was just like, okay, finally, now let's continue with our lives. I owe 100% of my success to my mom's acceptance of me at such a young age, because it was something that I never had to work for, and I believed that I could do anything I wanted because she told me to. And a lot of kids have to fight for that. And I'm not going to cry, because then we will have to start over with my eye makeup. My situation in regards to beauty has always kind of been a little bit of a double life, in that if I'm feeling some type of way about myself out of drag, all I have to do is get in drag and then feel beautiful. I've been rejected countless times by men just because of my body type, and because, you can see my ribs when my shirt is off, and my elbows are super bony, and all throughout high school and college, I had the worst acne on my body, and you would not catch me dead in a short sleeve shirt or a pair of shorts. People are always critiquing why I only have one silhouette, and it's because of those insecurities that I had of not wanting to show my arms or my back. The Michelle Visage runway, where I was in a little bikini, was so scary to me, and the reason I chose that look was because I was taking power back from that one silhouette that I've relied on because of those insecurities. It all comes back to taking those insecurities and flipping them around through drag. Fun tip for you people out there who want to live on the edge: you just take fire and set your eyelash curler aflame. Honey, oh yeah, that's really hot. You just wait for it to cool down a little bit, and then it's the exact same thing as curling your hair with a hot curling iron. And when I found out about this, oh baby, it changed the world because it just curls it right up to Cher. Oh, stunning. Oh, the lash just always changes everything. It is a very commonly known thing right now in the drag community that statistically, drag queens of color have far less followers than non-POC drag queens. The reason for that being, who knows, except for it's just rooted in racism. And I just think there are a lot of fans that are saying they're not racist, but again, it comes from their parents' beliefs and the beliefs of the people who raised them, where that just trickles down, and they may not outwardly do it, but they are being racist in a way that they're like, I'm not racist, I'm just not following Jade Essence Hall. It's a hard conversation to have because it's never really been talked about, but right now is the time to talk about it. We've got the lips. We're gonna move on to some gloss. Wow, stunning. Something I wish I wouldn't have said on camera on Drag Race.
You're a sickening performer, but they've told you week after week that you have to improve on your face.
In Untucked, during the Frozen runway, when I asked Heidi about her makeup, that whole process from then going on, have regretted the way that came out of my mouth so hard, because on TV, it really made it seem like I was just reading her for her makeup abilities. I just love and respect Heidi so much. I wish I had never opened my mouth and said anything. Clearly, the bitch has learned how to do her makeup. Now that her face is flawless, that bitch is invincible. Well, now that we've got the face on, she's on, I'm actually so excited about how this turned out. It's a shame I'm gonna have to just take it off and then get back into bed after this. But I am going to change into my wig and my outfit, and I'll be right back. Oh my God.
Are you okay?
I forgot I was still attached to a microphone. And welcome back to my face. Oh my God, I got my hair on. I think I feel the most beautiful when I become the Barbie that I've always played with. And I'm lucky enough that happens every single time I get into drag, because to me, it's no different. It is absolutely no different than, picking out which doll you want to play with and how you're going to dress her up and what career she's going to have that day. And I feel the most beautiful when I'm Gigi, because Gigi is Sam's inner beauty.